when it comes to Silly Symphony shorts, I find that they're either morally questionable or an absolute delight. And with the grasshopper and the ants, I really liked it. I found it quite enjoyable. This one is the latest that I've seen in my quest to watch every single Disney short. And this one was released in 1934. And it's quite a simple concept. It's about these worker ants who are working very hard to forage and store food away for the winter so they don't go hungry. But there's this grasshopper who's very lazy and just doesn't want to work, so he's just there playing his fiddle and lets the ants do the job. And then when winter comes around, the ants are hibernating, eating their lovely vegetables and things they've kept aside, and the grasshopper has nothing, and he's getting very sick. And it's all about learning a lesson of if you work hard, you'll be fine, but you have to put the effort in. And I won't spoil exactly how it ends, just in case you want to watch it. I think the ending is quite sweet. There was a really sweet moment with the queen ant. She says something, and you think the ending's going to take one direction, and then she says something else. And it's a really sweet moment, and the look on the grasshopper's face was just absolutely adorable. I really, really like the animation of the grasshopper, particularly when he moves his tail and uses it as a seat, and it was just a lovely little bit of animation. When he dances and moves around, his movements are quite fluid, very progressive for the 30s. I thought it was very, very good. The ants don't look like ants that much. If you showed me a picture of the ants and said, what is that? I'm pretty sure, but regardless, the animation is obviously instantly recognisable as being Disney. As for the music, Silly Symphonies are all about the music, of course. This one introduces the song The World Owes Me a Living, which I won't say what happens with the song, but it's another progressive piece, and obviously the grasshopper is singing this thinking that the world should just give him everything without him working. Very good, obvious message there that that's not the case. You have to put the effort in if you want to get something back. If you want to reap the fruits of your labour, you actually have to do the labour. Quite a catchy song, actually. The other thing that's particularly exciting, and you will always definitely notice this, or will have noticed this if you watch this before listening to me. I'm about to spoil this little thing, but the grasshopper is voiced by Pinto Colvig, and he voiced Goofy. When I first heard the grasshopper talk, I thought that sounds like Goofy, and I had a look, and yeah, he was the original voice of Goofy. So that's quite a nice little thing that I just found was really sweet. I like it when you can kind of tie the original Disney voices together and associate the voice actors with different characters. The music's by Lee Harlan and it's directed by Wilfred Jackson. Animation is very, very sweet. The story progresses nicely. I think the grasshopper gets his comeuppance, but it's not as dark as some of the other ones. For example, if you take something like Flowers and Trees, that one's quite dark. This one is not as dark, and I was kind of pleased about that, because sometimes the Silly Symphony shorts take a certain direction. But this one, Grasshopper and Ants, is pretty delightful. Not my favourite Silly Symphony, but definitely one that I'd be happy to watch again.